Peace, family. Beautiful day today, man. You see me, I'm out in the sun. You know, I'm grounded too right now. The fam is. And today I just wanted to talk about how we are very, very similar to the plants all around us. Okay? First thing first, we got to understand what light is. Okay? Now, light can be sound as well because they are both one and the same. They're both energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's all this reality is. Okay, you look at Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, all the known scientists know that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay, the reason why is the atom itself is a spinning vortice. Okay, so pretty much when you look at atoms, and any atom in existence is rotating. Okay, it's rotating as a positive and a negative charge. Okay, and this is emitting sound, frequency, and vibration. Okay, and you got to understand that everything consistent of atoms, right? We were taught this in normal science, the shit when we went to school, right? And just the only thing that makes anything else different, like color-wise, is the certain frequency that the atom emits, right? Green is a different vibration from yellow. Yellow is a different vibration from red, right? We know this. There's higher vibrations and then lower vibrations on the visible light spectrum, okay? In actuality, it all goes forever. There's different octaves, the different dimensions. So, for example, we have the sun. The sun emits a certain kind of frequency of light, okay? From my understanding, the sun itself is like 7.13 hertz. Okay, so we're operating within this dimensional frequency. Our bodies are only able to operate within this dimensional frequency. Okay, our eyes only pick up the visible light spectrum. It only picks up from red to purple. Okay, it doesn't pick up anything beyond purple. Okay, so we only operate within a certain kind of frequency. So what we got to understand is that the only thing that makes the difference between the color of the plant and us, okay, there's a chemical structure of blood that is very similar to the chlorophyll structure. The only difference is that the chlorophyll has magnesium and iron. And the human blood or blood in general just has iron. Okay, so the iron is what gives us the melanin complex. It gives us the brown color. It makes our blood red. The chlorophyll is green. Okay, but it has the same chemical structure. Now, what we need to understand is that there's this thing called junk DNA that's within all of our body. This is what mainstream scientists call it. They call it junk DNA. Okay, but what we've got to understand it's not actually junk DNA. It's dormant DNA. Okay, and epigenetics shows this, is that pretty much we all have DNA that's not activated yet, just like how a plant does, right? For example, you put a plant on the inside, it's going to die. You put it right back on the outside, it's going to start growing again, okay? Because the sunlight itself actually activates the DNA within the plant, the genetic structure, which allows the protein to move, okay? And that's when you start to see the growth in the plant again. Same thing for humans, okay? We have what you call so-called junk DNA, but it's not. Okay, we just need it to be activated through epigenetics. And what we have seen is that the sun actually activates our genetics as well. Okay, so we have a lot of dormant DNA, a lot of ancestral DNA that is hidden, that isn't activated because we're inside all day. Okay, now I'm not saying go into your car, going from the car to the grocery store isn't being outside in the sun. Okay, you actually have to be outside in the sun for at least 30 minutes, okay? So the thing is, though, is that if you eat a lot of unnatural foods, if you eat a lot of these, it's going to inhibit you from receiving the codes from the sun, okay? There's going to be a lot of mucus buildup in your blood, okay? So it makes you less conducive and less able to receive information from everything else in its environment, what allows your body to receive information. Okay, so pretty much if you put a plant on the inside, it's going to die. The same thing. What makes you so different from the plant? We grow hair, right? The plant has, they have little openings that allow sunlight and water to go in through the plant. Our hair has openings as well. It's our antenna that allows us to receive and emit information. So pretty much you put a plant on the inside, it's going to die. It's going to have dormant DNA and dormant protein that's not going to be activated, that disrupts cell growth. You put it right back on the outside, it's going to continue growing again. Same thing with a human body, right? As I said earlier, what makes the difference between the green and the red is the chemical makeup, and the only difference is the iron and the magnesium. Everything else stays the same. The structure of the blood stays the same. Okay, so pretty much we need to be outside. Okay, we need to get back to our natural self again. Okay, and one prime example is, if you see you'll never see animals that's gonna be out during like a tsunami or like a tornado or anything. All the animals run away, and the reason why is because they're outside all day. They're receiving information from the sun. The sun is what connects us to everything. The sun is what gives life to everything, right? So we must become one in tune with it in order for us to have life, and in order for us to grow. If you look at everybody who's inside all day, most of them are unhealthy. That's facts. You never see anyone that stays inside all day that is going to be healthy. We are built to move just like a plant. A plant is constantly growing. Okay, it's constantly moving. It's so subtle, though, you don't notice it. It's constantly outside. I mean, think about it. You got to think, what in nature is not connected to the earth and not connected to the sun? Nothing. Okay? And that's the reason why, is because the earth is what provides us food. The earth is what provides us water. Okay? We are built to be in tune with the earth. We are built to have our feet on the ground with the earth. We are built to receive light. We are light beings. The soul, the S-O-L, solar, the soul. We are light beings. See, what we got to understand is that we got to understand this thing called the holographic universe, okay? There's this experiment called the double slit experiment. And the double slit experiment pretty much allows us to understand that atoms is nothing but condensed energy, okay? And it only appears condensed when you observe it. And this is proven. Facts. All right? This ain't no pseudoscience shit. This is facts. So everything we look at is nothing but a construct of your own imagination, your own mind. Okay? As I said before, the sun emits white light. Our retinas and our mind perceives the white light and projects the reality that we are living in. Okay? We are the prism of light. We are the prism of light. We create our own reality through the act of observation itself, through thought. As it says in the Bible, they said in the beginning was the Word. And what is word? Word is nothing but thought. Okay? So we think of a word first and speak it, just like everything else in existence. We think of something, then create it. The only reason why we see this reality as it is right now is because the light, everything we're looking at has biophotons. The biophotons get received through the retina. The retina transmutes it into an electrical energy through the nervous system. It goes to the I think they call it the prefrontal cortex, and that is the little picture you see of life right now. Okay, but you got to understand that the skull itself is encased in darkness. So how can your brain, your mind, create something out of darkness in which it has never seen light before? See, we got to understand that this is just imagination. This world is nothing but imagination. That's why you may have a dream that is just as real as this world, but you don't question it. You just accept it and react to it as reality. This is the same shit as a movie, pretty much. You know, just like you go, I don't know if you guys have seen the 4D movie theaters, like where they'll actually spray wind in your face or something to make it more immersive. This is the same shit. The movie is very immersive when we are playing out in the movie right now. Your mind is the projection of this movie. That's why you see a lot of people who think negative end up having a negative reality, because they are creating this shit. This world is nothing but the electricity of your nervous system being sent to your brain, and your brain just says this is what you're seeing. But how can the brain even say what you're seeing if it never experiences what you're seeing anyways? You understand? Okay, but I'm getting a little off topic. The main point what I wanted to make today is that we are very similar to the plant, and you can't have a plant that's ever going to live without sunlight. This is facts. You have to have sunlight for the plant to exist. The plant has the same chemical structure as the blood in the human body. Therefore, we need the sun. Okay, you look at every ancient African culture in the equator. These people actually have more love. Okay, so let me explain this. I'm sorry. I just got a lot of stuff flowing through me. There is a part in your brain that is associated with love, compassion, understanding, and empathy. Okay? Studies have shown that people near the equator has that part of your brain enlarged. You understand what I'm saying? Where you receive more sunlight, you have a larger part of the portion of your brain that is activated that allows you to have more love, empathy, care, and compassion. When you have, and there are studies, you can look it up if you want, scientific studies, there are people who are inside all day, and if you go further from the equator, it is known for these people to have more depression and more anxiety and more fear. There is a specific portion of your brain that is associated with that as well. The one that is the people who are further away from the equator have a lower portion of that brain that associates with love, and a higher portion of the brain that is, or a bigger proportion of the brain that is associated with fear. See, we got to understand that we eat. Like I said, there's a human photosynthesis. You can look it up as well, where the body transmutes the sun's energy into actual food for us to digest. Information. That's all it is. When you eat food, it's nothing but information. You eat the genetic structure. You eat the proteins. Okay? That is nothing but electrical information. Just as much as the sunlight as well. Everything in this reality is electric. Okay? So the main thing here is that we need to be in the sun. We have to be in the sun. We have to connect to the earth. Okay? And we're moving towards this. As you see, the earth is getting hotter. You know, we're in Aries season. Or we're in April?
Taurus. We're in Taurus.
March, April? Taurus. We're in Taurus. So this is the middle of spring. So we're getting there, man. The sun's getting hotter. I'd advise everyone to go outside. We need to be outside for at least 30 minutes. Okay? Studies show that it takes 8 minutes. Studies show that it takes 8 minutes for the sun's information to come down to the earth. Okay, so if you go outside and you're not outside for 8 minutes, you're receiving old information from the sun that is trying to be sent to you. You understand? So we need to at least be out here for fucking 10 minutes. Come on. Put your feet on the ground.
For 30 minutes.
Just like a plant, most plants are consistent of mostly water.
And dirt.
We're consistent of mostly water. We are over 80% water. And what do we know about water? Study Dr. Emoto in his water experiments. We know that water is conducive and it stores information. Stores information. Okay, and what is information? Information is thought. It could be energy, frequency, vibration. Anything is information. This whole reality is nothing but information. Okay, we're made of 80% water. What happens when you have radiation next to your head all day? And why do you get affected through radiation? Because you are water. Water is holding in the information, okay? It doesn't get released through your body. It holds in the information that your phone is emitting, that everything is emitting to you and you are receiving. The sun is emitting information, you are receiving it. Your water holds the information in its cellular structure, okay? And this is how your DNA can be activated through it. This is how you can stimulate your pituitary and pineal gland. But why does your pituitary and pineal gland get activated? It's because when you receive the light affects the proteins in your body, okay? certain proteins would do certain things. There's thousands of different things that proteins can do, and all protein is just the movement of something. So the protein can say, hey, pituitary gland, release more serotonin. Okay, and you'll release more serotonin, which is the happy chemical. All right, and studies show that when you're out in the sun, you're releasing more serotonin. You're becoming more happy. You know, everyone knows that during the winter, they call it winter blues because you're depressed, because you're not receiving sunlight. This is why we need to be closer to the sun. We have to. Thank you. Spring water.
Drink the rest.
Spring water. I'm grateful. Okay? So, one other thing I want to address too as well is you'll notice the people who can't be in the sun, because I know so many people who be like, oh, it's hot outside. I can't go outside. It's hot. Motherfucker, you GMO. Genetically modified organism. That is not natural. What the fuck? You tell me what the fuck in nature isn't outside.
Nothing. Everything's outside.
I'm waiting.
Everything. Everything's outside.
Everything's fucking outside right now.
Everything.
So you telling me everything of Earth, everything of God's creation, right? The universe's creation, your creation, is outside right now. So, can you close the door, please? Okay. Wait a second, please. I'm doing something. Thank you. So you have to be out there, man. In order for you to live, you got to be outside. You got to drink healthy water, okay? You got to eat more natural. Eat from the earth. Eat from the earth, because this is... So what is the plant? The plant receives the sunlight. It gets transmuted into food for the plant, okay? And it produces what it needs to produce. So you talk about an orange tree. What is the orange tree? The orange tree receives sunlight, okay? And from the sunlight, it produces sugar and produces the fruit. So when you are eating the fruit, you're eating the sunlight, which gives you the code from the sunlight that you need to receive. So that's why you notice, I don't know if any of you guys eat meat, but if you're eating meat, you're receiving the chemical compounds of the meat structure, and a lot of it has the fear hormone and the cortisol. You'll end up having nightmares eating meat, okay? This is why when you eat the fruit, you could receive a download of information like, shit, I just had a fucking epiphany. You know what I mean? Because you're receiving the sun's codes that is meant for you through the fruit. So food is being used against us as a weapon because we all need food. Well, we don't necessarily need it, but a lot of us eat it. So the government knows this. You know, there's smart individuals out here. So what they do is they genetically modify the food. Okay, they change the genetic structure so that when you consume it, it is changing your genetic structure and making you different. It is making you not able to receive the right codes that you need to receive in order for you to be God, right? So that's why you can't even understand your God, because you're eating the shit that is making you prohibit yourself from even capably understanding this shit. So we got to get natural, man. We got to get the, do your research. Don't just eat anything on the fucking, that you can find in the grocery store. Look at the fucking ingredients, and I want you to look at the side effects of each ingredient. Anything that you can't even fucking pronounce is probably not good for you. Okay, and it's fucking you up mentally, physically, emotionally. This is a spiritual war. It's fucking you up in every aspect, and it's making you stupid and docile and not able to connect and realize who the fuck you are. You got to, man. So cut out all the bullshit. Eat the fucking plant. Okay, that's from the sun. It's God's gift from the sun, from the earth. Eat the fucking plant. Receive the good genetic codes. Activate your DNA structure. Okay, become one just like our ancestors with the earth again. okay, you become more in tune with the earth, man, you're gonna realize you're gonna start receiving codes. Okay, just like everything else in nature. You'll know when a fucking tornado's coming. You'll be like, shit, something's not right. I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Something's happening. Where the plants at? Where the animals at? You outside, you start noticing shit. Like, where the bugs go? We gotta get the fuck out of here, man. You know? You'll be just as intelligent as everything else. See, we think we fucking smart, but if you live in a natural, you're not smart. You heard? But yeah, man, it's a beautiful day today. I appreciate all you guys watching, man. I love all you guys. You know, I appreciate the understanding that everyone has. I appreciate life that I'm living right now. And like I said, one final message is that we got to activate the God complex. Activate the junk DNA, the so-called junk DNA inside you. It's only dormant because you're not outside. You're not eating the right food. Just like the pineal gland, it will shut off when you eating calcified foods, eating fluoride, drinking fluoride. It's gonna shut off. It's gonna get small. It's not gonna do nothing. Okay? When you start eating the right foods, it gets activated again. You start having trips. Okay? So connect to the sun, drink that healthy water, put your feet on the fucking earth. Get rid of all them fucking free radicals. All right, man. You see me? My feet on the earth, on the dirt. It's hot outside. All right. Y'all have a good day. Peace.